this is probably not, or just definitely not the video I wanted to be recording, but after having the surgery last night and looking at the severity of what they did, you know, it's become very clear that I won't be competing at Nationals in 2 weeks. And I won't be competing in Japan the week after either, which is heartbreaking to say the least, because this is something that I've thought about every single day for the last 18 months, and I've done all the fucking hard work for it every single fucking day. And to not be able to show it off hurts a lot. But I can cry about it and bitch about it, and it's not going to change the reality of this situation. I have a large wound in my back with 2 drains in it, and it's impossible to train. I'm not going to be able to train for some weeks. This is the hardest test of the prep by far. And I'm fucking broken. I'm not sure what the plan is from here. But I just focus on getting healthy and getting recovered and healing this wound. And then I'll make my next plan. But I'm sorry to everyone else as well that was hoping to see me succeed in the shows coming up. It sucks, man. It really fucking hurts. I don't have anything else to say.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the series. A lot has happened since we last spoke on here, mostly bad, but I wanted to give an update now, being roughly 5 weeks since the regional IFBB show in Brisbane. Certainly wasn't the storybook finish to that show. For those of you who don't know, on the Thursday of peak week before the show, I felt a pull in my back while I was training in one of the final sessions. And later that night after the session, you know, I could feel some swelling, and I thought I might have strained a muscle or something like that. But with the show being only a couple of days later, I decided that I was just going to put it out of my mind. I wasn't going to tell anyone about it. I wasn't even going to sort of verbalize it or recognize it. And then I woke up Friday morning and the pain was significant. You know, I was struggling to move my left arm really up or down. I had a final pump workout before the show, and even doing triceps was excruciating. I did my best to hide it, and I still didn't tell my friends that were with me in the gym, and they probably would be wondering why I wasn't pumping up my back in the final session before the show for the full body pump. by that it was absolutely not possible. I was in serious pain, but I'd committed to the show. I knew it was non-negotiable that I was getting up there, so I just wasn't going to talk about it or give it any of my attention. So then the show came around, and by Sunday, I was in pretty much crippling pain. I got no sleep the night before the show, not a minute, because basically any time that I was horizontal, I was just getting this searing pain and pressure in my back, and I couldn't lay down, and I certainly couldn't get pain-free enough to be able to relax and sleep. And then I went to the show on Sunday, and the pain was just felt like it was getting worse by the minute and by the hour. I wasn't able to really pump up backstage, certainly not my back. Even picking up 6-kilo dumbbells off the floor was excruciating. By this time, my back was quite soft and very swollen. You compare my photos to a couple of weeks before, my back is significantly softer just because it was so inflamed from whatever this injury was. And obviously I wasn't able to hit my back poses properly because I just couldn't move my arm. I couldn't get into a position that was pain-free. So it was a very stressful few days leading to the show, and certainly wasn't the best, that I could have presented. I just wasn't physically or psychologically there. I couldn't be just being in so much pain. That's not a situation you want to be in on show day. And then, the pain was compounded by the fact that I didn't get the result that I was working for, placing second. And obviously that crushed me. I work so hard for this. This is my number one goal. The only thing that matters to me is succeeding in competitively in the IFBB. It's what I've put my whole everything else in my life. I put it to the side to focus on this one goal. And to not get the victory was very disappointing. I just felt defeated. I was in a lot of pain already physically, but then there was the psychological pain of the defeat. And, people after that, they seem to have come out of the woodworks, and I'm not really sure why this happened, but I received a lot of criticism and a lot of hate after the result. People saying that I should have placed 5th and 6th, and that I shouldn't be in the category, and that I'm never going to win my pro cards, that I'd be dead last in any other lineup in Australia. There was a lot of hate, and I'm not particularly sure why, because I never really went after these people or said anything negative about them, but it all seemed to have come my way in the night after the show. So that was another thorn in my side, was having to deal with what was a lot of unjustified hatred, I think. But I spoke with my coach, Stefan Kienzel, after the show, and I sent him all the video footage and the photos. And for those of you who don't know him, Boss of Outlaw on Instagram, he had 11 athletes at the Olympia last year. He coaches Diogo Montenegro, who just won Men's Physique Arnold Classic. Coaches Wesley Vissers, who won Classic in Arnold Classic. Urs Kalenski coaches him also. A number of top Olympians and a number of Men's Physique Olympians also. He was also an IFBB head judge before his coaching blew up, because it got to this stage where he was judging, and he had multiple of his clients in the overall, and it was a conflict of interest. So I trust his eye more than anyone. And basically he told me that the result was bullshit, that he didn't agree with it, and that I should have won convincingly. That at least helped to soothe some of the burn, because I was injured, I was feeling shit because I lost, and I'd never thought that maybe the judging was wrong. I was just really sad that I lost, that I let myself down and let people down that were supporting me. And then obviously, receiving a lot of criticism on social media. I was in a pretty negative place, but to hear someone whose voice I trust the most saying, you've got potential, you are going to reach your goal, and you should have won this show very easily. So that helped a little bit, But then I had this injury to deal with, and so by after the show, that was when I was like, okay, I got to fucking deal with this problem where I can't move my arm or lay down. And the injury was on the same area that I had surgery on 2 years ago. So I thought it was in my best interest to go and see the surgeons who had worked on my back last time to heal me. So I basically flew to Perth right away. Went to the hospital, went and saw the surgeons and to get assessed. And they did a MRI on my back, and they said that I have a blood clot in my back and that it needs to get surgery immediately. You know, if it gets into some other blood vessels or arteries that are supplying blood to the heart, you know, this can be a serious problem. Of course, my first question was, can we do this so that I'm able to compete at nationals in 12 days time? Because that was, you know, that was my whole goal and dream, was to pursue these shows, chasing my pro card, and I hadn't even had a chance to go for my pro card yet. I'd only had a regional show. And only sort of the doctor let out a big sigh and he said, it's not gonna happen, man. And that was the shittest I felt. You know, like I could cop the loss. I can certainly deal with the hate and the shit talking on Instagram, like I can deal with that. But being told that, you know, I wasn't gonna be able to go to nationals and continue down the road to pro, that crushed me, absolutely crushed me. And that's definitely the shittest I've felt in a couple of years. You know, I felt really, really, really low. But the facts are the facts. I went into the surgery under general and they had to pull out 470 mils of blood, so a half a litre blood clot from my back. And I woke up with 2 drains in my back because blood was still sort of coming out and you can't close that up yet. And I was told that it was going to be a long recovery, you know, because they had to cut so deep and so much blood was removed. And I had plans. I had booked flights and accommodation to Melbourne, then Japan a week later, then Korea 2 weeks later, and then I hadn't had a book for intentions to go and compete with my friends in the Europe shows in June. And, you know, in a matter of seconds, being told by the doctor, you know, that all just disappeared. You know, that was truly, you know, the thing that was exciting me the most about this year was this competitive season, and being told it's not going to happen. You're going to be out of training for 4 to 8 weeks, and then it's probably going to be a slow, light training recovery for another 4 weeks. I just felt like my whole year is fucked, basically. I had to spend some time in Perth, you know, with these grains. Then I got the back stitched after a few more days. I've had the stitches in for 2 weeks. I got the stitches removed. Then when I felt the wound was in a state that I could basically take care of myself, I came back to Bali, and I've just been spending the remainder duration of the recovery here. At least I have my dog, and you know, that helps me a lot, you know, feeling like I'm at home. With, you know, I don't have many friends. I'm not really close with my family per se. So to at least be around something and a place that gives me some comfort helps a lot, because for the last 5 weeks post-show, it's been pretty dark for me mentally. Up to the injury, you know, I was basically spending sort of 9 till 5 at the gym with John, and now, you know, it's spending that time by myself in a house, and it's completely different. You know, you spend a lot of time in your head, a lot of negative thoughts, a lot of doubts creep in, and you can take yourself down a pretty sinister rabbit hole if you're not careful. But we are here 5 weeks since the injury and since the show. Happy to be beginning some light training this week, the first week. That's a start. That's a start. It's going to be quite a long road to redemption and to recovery. I'll put some photos on the screen now to show you guys what I look like, basically being bedridden for the last 5 weeks. I've controlled my food because I'm not an amateur, but you know, you can see that the muscle loss is very, very significant. I'm actually lighter, a few kilos lighter than what I was at my most depleted in peak week, and I'm softer. So basically I've gained some fat and I've lost a hell of a lot of muscle. So it's demoralizing. You know, you look at yourself and you think, fuck, I look like a volleyball player. And you know, in a space of 5 weeks, I've gone from being really proud and happy with how I look in the mirror to to being sort of disgusted and embarrassed by it. Even though, you know, it's only been 5 weeks, you know, looking at that disparity, it makes me feel and think that, you know, that it's going to take months to get back to where I was. And I don't know if that's the case, but all I can focus on is taking one day at a time and improving each day, being better than yesterday. I know I'm going to be weak. I know that my mind-muscle connection is not going to be there. And you know, the muscle growth is not going to come back overnight. It's going to take a fair bit of time, but I've invested so much into this. I love this pursuit and this goal and the challenge so much that I can't give it up. And a lot of people have sort of told me to give up. You know, recently they've said, you know, this is the second complication now. You know, this batch has caused you sort of 14 months of injury and recovery time. Maybe this is your body saying, you know, we don't want you to go down this road. You know, give it up, go do something else. But I love it too much, you know, so I'm not going to let the thoughts of others dictate how I spend my time and what I invest my energy and my time into. You know, I love the game. When you're playing a game, sometimes you take losses and you take defeats, and I've taken a fucking big one, massive one. You know, I've gone back a long way, but this adversity, I'm certain that it's only going to make me stronger in the long term. And if I can come back from this, which I'm determined that I will, you know, it's going to mean that the victory, when it comes, it's going to be fucking sweet. It's going to be all the more sweeter because, you know, maybe if I just rolled up to Brisbane, won it, rolled internationals, won it, you know, it would have been too easy. You know, it would have been too easy. The prep was really smooth, you know, and I reckon maybe it was too easy. And I think this is life saying, no, we're gonna test you. We're gonna see how bad you want it, and we're gonna make you fucking earn it. You know, and I'm sure that a lot of people, you know, taking this hit again, you know, this serious injury for a second time in 2 years, I'm sure maybe they would sort of throw in the towel and give it up or go and do something different, you know, but I'm committed to seeing this through. You know, I said that I was going to win my pro card, and I'm not going to stop until I do it, you know, and it didn't happen on the timeline that I anticipated. You know, it's meant that the road to pro has taken a detour, and there's another road we need to go down, the road to redemption and recovery. But I believe that the destination is still the same. We're just taking a longer way to get there. My heart and soul is in this. I'm determined to see it through to the end, and I'm determined to keep coming back when I get knocked down. You know, I believe that this, you know, is a test of character, and I don't want to fold or dip my head. You know, I want to take the punch on the chin, but keep fighting. So a lot of people have asked, sort of, what are the plans now for the future? What's the game plan? And it's a frustrating question for me because I don't have one. I can't have one. There's so many unknowns. I don't know how long it's going to take me to rebuild my physique. Like you've seen, you know, I have a long way to go to be anywhere near being able to call myself a worthy competitor in a strong lineup. You know, I have a long way to go. Right now, I'd be dead last in the back of the Bali Championships. I don't know how long it's going to take to get that muscle back. Obviously, I'm going to give it my all, and diet is on. Training begins now. Everything is fully prioritized to building that muscle back up, putting that muscle back on. But I just don't know how long it's going to take. Shows, again, I'm not sure. But what I can say is, once the muscle has been rebuilt, whether that takes 2, 3, I don't want to say 4. I'm going to force myself to get it done in 2, 3 months. Once the muscle has been rebuilt, shows will be selected, and we'll go chasing after this again. You know, I felt content with my physique. Yes, sure, there can be some refinements. You know, I can get my waist a little bit tighter. I can develop a better V-taper. I can pose a little bit better, more to the men's physique criteria and less sort of trying to sort of flex so much and express muscle. So there are some refinements that can absolutely be done, but I don't think I'm far away. And my coach doesn't think I'm far away either. And like I said, he's a voice that I trust. So when he's telling me that I've got potential and that I will achieve this goal, you know, I'm going to believe him. I'm going to believe him 1000%. So when the muscle's there, and I'll be trying to do it as quick as I can, then we go again. We get back into prep. we go down this road again. This is going to be the season finale, not the series finale. The series continues, but this is the end of Prep 1, the end of Season 1, but you can trust that Season 2 of Road to Pro won't be far away.
I don't think it's super strong. They said 1 more week, but I'm losing my mind. Being stuck on the sidelines in the house. The days are so depressing. You know, it just feels like every day I'm sitting on my ass, like, is a day wasted, you know? And it's a day like I'm falling further behind. So I decided this week, like, I'm just gonna try, like, obviously, like, not be crazy.
Yeah, you're pacing it, right?
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna be stupid, because the worst thing that could happen is, like, opening the wound or something, because it's not
I was
serious.
here when you did that last time at Buddy Factory. It was just like fully eating again.
Were you there when
I
that
was there. I was just like, what do we do? Like, what is he gonna
Yeah.
do? Before I know, you're gonna like disappear.
Yeah.
That was fucking scary.
That was one of the worst days ever. That was like the first time that I heard it.
Yeah.
It was like the wound was healed. I was like, right, I'm gonna go see if I can train. And I remember I had like 6 kilo dumbbells going to get ready for like a tricep extension. Warm up. I just felt like this pop in my back. I was like, fuck, that didn't feel good. I lifted up my shirt to the mirror. And it's just like blood like pouring down my back, like into the damage. I just stood there like, fuck. It was like I was in a different dimension.
Yeah.
Like everyone else is training, their hip ones in, and I was just
Where's
there.
your life?
I've taken more time to heal this one. Like last time I was like trying to, the doctor was like 4 weeks. I'm like, I'm gonna show this fucking doctor I'm gonna be back in 1 week. Which in hindsight was stupid. It's been 5 weeks since the show, and like I went to hospital the day after the show, so it's been a minute, and like I've been basically like bedridden, like I haven't done anything like energetic or straining.
You just train,
Yeah.
start training this week?
Yeah. So, gotta start the comeback sometime. Yeah, no, I know, I'm not gonna be silly with it, but it's also like, if I want to compete at the end of this year, like, these days are so valuable, you know, it's like I have a choice to use the day to start the recovery, or to have the day where I fall further behind.
Yeah.
Like, every day I wait, it's like that mountain to climb to get back to my physique just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So yeah, we start the comeback now.
Yeah, look at you there.
This comeback season, I've refined my training plan a fair bit, you know, to adhere to the criticism from the judges, you know, which the main criticism was I'm a little bit square and lacking V-taper, which is a valid criticism. So the focus this comeback season is to build a lot for this upper shelf area, to give the illusion that my waistline is smaller, give more of that sort of upside down Dorito appearance. Obviously I'm taking measures to bring my waist in. I'm not doing any more erector training or heavy ab training either, because I think I developed my abs too much and it gives the appearance that my waistline is bigger. And then with the training plan as well, I'm doing a lot of extra arm work, because I think if I can add more circumference to my arms, it gives more contrast to the waistline, and arms are actually a weak point for me. So I think because my arms are small, it gives the illusion that my waistline is bigger. So if I can make the arms bigger, it'll balance out the contrast to the waistline, I think. One. It's good, because I'm working back into the training. I'm not going to do any intensifiers for the first few weeks, maybe first couple of weeks, because in my mind, my muscles should be super sensitive right now after the layoff. So it shouldn't take too much to stimulate some good muscle growth. So just straight sets today. We've got two here. And one. Good set. I can tell like my muscles are unaccustomed to like training, because the lactic burn is like 10 times more than what it normally is. Yeah.
The third set already.
It's like you just feel so out of condition. We'll come back quickly though. Muscles up. Yeah. They're like, fuck, what? We're back? Come on, boys. It's time to go back to work. Come back from 5-week vacation.
I know.
They're like, fuck, back to the office.
Yeah, my son's like, what the?
Yeah. Burns so bad.
My good side. My good side has to be trained me too.
Whoa. Muscles just burning for like 10 seconds after the set's finished. It's like my muscle is unfit. Okay. Fuck. It's good to be back. Fucking good to be back. The first time you've seen me smile in 5 weeks, I promise you that. One.
Baby dumbbells.
It all matters, bro.
I think it's like the first time ever I'm lifting.
How you do one thing is how you do everything. Can't slack with the 4 kilos. And again. One more.
Help.
That's it.
And again. Up.
Up. One. Up. Okay. It's like if it's like that, then she can be like, you have the banana, darling.
Exactly.
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to do that. No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, screw you, I'm 12 weeks out, I need the banana.
I might look like I'm harsh on the outside, but I'll be the one who's like, it's okay, I grab one.
I don't believe you.
Like an asshole.
No, your competitive success is a priority.
Yeah, but not in the household.
If you're a good athlete, you put your progress as number one. Now, good athletes are often not super nice people, but that's why, because they're putting their progress as a number one thing.
Like in normal situation, yes, but on prep, no.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be crazy not to.
Oh, no.
You know, especially as a pro.
On prep.
Yeah. It's like, put the banana down.
On prep, it's like, have you made my oatmeals yet?
Yeah.
Where's my oatmeal?
Exactly.
Poor guy.
That's why I think for relationships to work, if there's one of the individuals is an athlete, there needs to be someone who's maybe can still be involved with fitness, but he's not that committed to it, because if you are both putting your progress as the number one priority, then there's just going to be a lot of clashing, which is why you rarely never see true really good athletes like married and living together. Eventually someone has to be, it's like, okay, we're going to let you pursue your athletic dreams, and I'm going to take more of like a supporting role. That's like generally what happens.
Like
exactly. A lot more shoulder movements than I normally do. Upping the shoulder volume. Shoulders has been a pretty strong point for me, a strong muscle group, so I kind of let the volume slide on them a bit during prep. But now, after the feedback, I think I just need to try to make this whole upper shelf fucking massive. So the volume for shoulders has gone back up, which means new movements have been added in. So upright rows are in the mix for this new program. People might try with the straight bar or with the easy bar. I find that it fucking jacks up my shoulder joints a lot. But if you use two of the separate D handles, I find that it just gives you that mobility that can take away the strain from the joint and feel them a lot better. Oh yeah. I feel like where the surgeries happen, my mobility on this like left side, all kinds of fucked up. Like I can lift that hand fairly comfortably, and like there, I can feel it pulling. Yeah, it's like they've cut it, and then that skin is like sealed like with less like distance. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to like stretch it. Fuck knows. No. Like fuck knows what my back pose is gonna look like. I'm probably gonna be like over to that side or something. That's probably just gonna be a challenge that I'll have to deal with in the next.
It's gonna be like just like being smart with the poses as well, like trick it so it still looks symmetrical. Because if in the end of the day you're gonna have to work with what you're at.
Exactly. Yeah, what's my choice? Like, oh, cry and not compete, you know?
Exactly.
I was doing some research on scar tissue the other day, and like, one of the best things you can do is like, get it removed. I'm like, I just had it fucking.
Yeah, like just open it and scrape it up.
No one's cutting into me again, thanks.
Like, when is it ever gonna end?
Fuck me.
That's crazy.
Let's not cut in again.
No, I think like it depends on like what or where.
Yeah.
If it's a scar tissue around the joints area, it's never been open, then probably.
Yeah. I mean, if I stretch every day, I'm gonna get massaged like twice a week on the area. Try to break up the scar tissue and give me that mobility back on that left side.
When you're like pinch it on there.
Well, I don't know, no one's pinching my back at the moment, but.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, oh, doesn't hurt. But it's not gonna be like, oh, can you like start massaging it and break it down if you don't even know if it hurts or not.
Yeah, well, I'll test it, yeah. I'm assuming that it's like decently healed and that like some light pressure around it won't hurt.
I want to do it, but I'm scared.
Yeah, no one's pinching my back at the moment, unfortunately.
No, maybe you have, like, you know.
I can't reach it. I can't reach it. Yeah. I got more.
Yep. That's 12. Let's go. Yep. Yep. Dragging it. Yep. One more like that. Up.
Laugh it up now. Laugh it up.
Wait, otherwise I'll be mentioning as well.
The sleeping dragon is waking up. Enjoy it. It won't last fucking long. Two more. And one.
Pull it apart, pause on the top, down, and again. Up.
That's nice. Little bit of front delt, little bit of medial delt. Get a few more here. That's good. Let's go. Damage is so high because the muscle's not used to having the tension or the strain. The muscle damage can be so high, the anabolic response isn't big enough to offset it. So actually you're in a net catabolic state.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to give the stimulus there, but not overshoot so much and give myself too much work that the body can't recover from. So we will definitely work back into the go for broke sets. For now, I'm just sort of waking the muscles up, getting some blood in there, getting the contractions back, establishing mind-muscle connection, because I even find that the connection with the muscle is not great. I think there's a skill component to that.
Yeah.
The neurological signaling needs to come back. So 1 to 2 weeks to make sure there's no issues with the injury, get mobility back, and then the go for broke will come back soon. No doubt about that. You'd think after all the time off that you'd feel so fresh for your first session back. I feel like I'm 80 fucking years old. Two from here. And one. Good. So out of shape. It's like fuck all weight and I'm getting punished for it. You just know I'm gonna be buckled tomorrow. The DOMs are gonna be rough. Oh, fuck me. Nah. Yeah, I'm good. Good. I heard about that. Someone told me. I was like, whoa.
I mean, there's like a website, Bali Escort.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
like if to pick them up, it's a manufacturer's spot. Alright, I'm gonna try it. You need a video.
Dirty bastard.
I know, he's trying.
That's going in the vlog. You leave that in.
Give it a try. Alright.
try 22. 22, 22, 22. Yep. 22, 33? My left side feels so fucked up on these. It's like someone else's body on my left side. It's gonna take some time. Stay on it. And one. Just stop just a little bit before lockout. Because when you're in that position, it's a little bit weird. It puts the pressure on your shoulder. If you keep it just a little bit shy of lockout, it'll keep the tension on the tricep. More. One. Let's go. True. It's a wrap.
Good job, Jackson. We didn't blow up anything. It's still intact.
There's no blood.
No blood?
The comeback season is fucking alive. The first step of a marathon to recovery has been made. First step's the most important one. Because it's the start of something. I'm well aware I have a massive mountain ahead of me to get back to where I was and to be able to get back to a condition and physique where I can be competitive at top international shows and pro qualifiers. But I'm not scared of the work. I'm not scared of the challenge, and no matter how fucking big the mountain is, I'm just gonna keep climbing one step at a time, a little bit closer every day. And this is the first day where we're able to start the climb. So, man, it's the happiest I've felt in 5 weeks for sure. It's been a dark, lonely and depressing 5 weeks, if I'm honest. There hasn't really been anything in my life that's given me joy, and I feel shit to say that because I understand that I'm in a very blessed position where I have an awesome house, living in Bali, I have a good income, I have no financial stress or anything like that. I understand that I'm blessed in that sense, but if I'm truly honest, the only thing that gives me purpose and happiness is training and going after this goal and pursuing pro status in the IFBB. So just, even though I'm so far from where I need to be able to shake it for a pro card, just a chance to be able to work on the mission again, it's everything. It brings me back to life. I'm a completely different person than I was just a few days ago, purely because I'm back in the trenches and able to work on what I love and what matters to me most. So it's good, man. I know we got a long way to go, but one day at a time, one day at a time. One happy man to have his post-workout routine back in play. I'm a man of routine. 2 caps of the magnesium, 2 caps of ashwagandha. And then to help me start putting this damn muscle back on, we got 90 grams of puffed rice. I just get this one because the rice bubbles and the Cocoa Pops, it has the sugar and some other bullshit in that I don't really need, so I literally just get puffed
grain rice with nothing else in it. Oh. 90 on the dot. For my protein, I'll get some ice. Big fan of my new ice machine. As you can probably work out, I'm in a new home. We will do a house reveal in a next video. It's not the time today, but it's pretty cool. So, trusty bulk protein matrix as usual. If you want to support me, please use my discount code for bulk. If you don't want to, that's totally okay as well. I'll still love you. Right. 2 scoops there. That may not blend. My ice to water ratios might be off. Poor old Ninja took a beating on that one. Need a little bit of water next time. My berries that I put on that. Yeah, spilling that shit everywhere. That is exceptionally thick, a little bit too thick, but I guess we are trying to get thick and get this muscle back on. Mash it. It looks like an insane amount of food, but it's really not that many carbohydrates. The volume is higher. That's the post-workout meal. I will, on a next video or on a soon video, I'll do a full day of eating and talk through the nutrition plan that I'm using to put this muscle back on. But for now, I'm just gonna eat this one and close off this video, which is gonna be the season finale of Road to Pro Season 1. Like I said, not the series finale, because good news, we've been renewed for a second season, and that second season will begin as soon as this muscle has come back on and I'm fully recovered and able to train 100%, feeling healthy, feeling strong. Mentally I'm good, I'm ready to do the work, but physically, you know, I have a lot of asymmetries. I have a lot of tightness and lack of mobility on my left side that's going to need to get dealt with. And obviously the major issue is I got a lot of muscle that I have to put back on, and I don't know how long that's going to take. I don't know what the sort of response is going to be getting back into training, but I'm going to absolutely give it my best effort to try to put it on as quick as possible. I do feel like I, in some sense, let down you guys who have been watching and supporting, you know, not being able to fulfill what I said I was going to do in the sense of succeeding at my shows and winning the pro card this season. But I promise that I'm still as hungry as ever. And this injury, you know, something that was out of my control it's a setback for sure.
but I'm just seeing it as a detour. And if anything, you know, getting kicked in the face with this and getting taken back to ground zero, it's just made me want it even more, and it's reminded me, it's given me more clarity that this is truly my passion and what I want to do and what I want to pour my soul into. So yeah, this is not the end. We're just taking a longer way around to get to the final destination.